We're back for episode 2 of the Minecraft Bedrock Guide 1.21, and I'm super happy to be here. We got some pretty big plans today. At first, my second episode was probably going to be showing you guys how to get diamonds really fast, but I thought we could squeeze one more important episode in first. Now, keep in mind, all these things that we're doing here, you could probably do in the first few hours of the game. We're spreading it out a little bit more because I have the luxury of doing that, and I don't mind taking things a little bit slower personally. But I think it's also really important after you get yourself a little base set up, whether you decorate it a lot or not, it doesn't really matter. But one thing that's really important to do whenever you do get a base set up is you need to secure it. You saw earlier on that we had a problem with zombies and creepers and stuff getting up in here. I'm super worried about something coming here, like a creeper, when I'm not paying attention and blowing up behind me. Even though he can't like physically get to me, he'll still blow me up if I get too close. So I think one thing that we need to do is we need to better secure our area. So that's going to mean spawn proofing and maybe blocking access of mobs to even get up here in the first place in any kind of easy manner. That way we know whether it's daytime or nighttime, we don't have to worry about any mobs here. I probably also need an easier way to just get here too. It is a huge pain traveling through the forest here to get out to other stuff that's like out this way. So I think we may cut a path or trek a path, put some lighting down on it. And then also, I feel like, look, there's Mr. Creeper right there. Oh man, see, I'm already nervous. And another thing I think that I want to do too is we need to get some like useful things here at our base. It'd be good to have more crops growing, a little bit more space to do these things. So we have to figure out where that is and what that's going to look like. I don't want to take up a ton of space because this is just a starter area, but having a little bit more space than this would be really nice to continue to get started up. That way we can produce ourselves some food, have some good supplies, so we can have a nice long trip going, getting some diamonds. Okay, so let's get things started here first, I think, with a lot of torches. I think we're going to use all of our coal that we have to torch. Like I said, I believe in the last episode, torches are like one of your easiest and best ways to just kind of like stay safe, because torches will block mobs from being able to spawn. The way mob spawning works, I wonder if I can go in here and not die. We're gonna really try hard not to die in here. The way mob spawning works is anytime a light level reaches 0, the mob can spawn. If the light level is 1 or higher, meaning any light at all is touching the block, mobs can't spawn. So a place like this is actually not super hard to block mob spawning, except initially when there's already mobs in here. We're not going to start here, but basically if I put torches down a decent ways apart from each other all the way through here, mobs will be blocked from spawning. It makes this whole place safe. Also, another thing to point out, it's a little bit easier to maybe show here. If I do it in the right spot, maybe like here, is torches, you see like the light reaches a certain distance. I believe the light level is 15 at its maximum. And a light level of 15 means that every single block that you go away from the light source, the light level goes down by 1 until it reaches 0. And actually, I stand corrected. The light level is 14, not 15. So this is a good resource you can use anytime you want to like learn about or know anything specific about Minecraft. Just go to minecraft.wiki. There's a little search bar here on the right hand side. Type in whatever it is that you're searching for. And this pretty much is cataloged almost everything about Minecraft that there is. Every block, every mechanic, it should all be in here. I still use this as a reference today. Anytime I need to be 100% sure of an exact number, like the difference between a light level of 14 and 15, for example, I go here, and this will also give you the differences between Bedrock Edition and Java Edition for many, many things that you're looking at too. But in any event, we need to work our way down and create a good path. And I think I want that path to go out and down this way is the way that makes the most sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start going through making this path down, maybe putting some stairs and stuff down, some path blocks, etc. That's going to lead me out to the water, and I'm going to place torches in the forest along the way. Oh, and one more thing. I don't want to take my bed up here. I get tired of picking it up and putting it down. I have some extra wool that I've gathered, so it doesn't always hurt to have an extra bed and carry it around with you if you're going to go somewhere that you're probably going to want to sleep to avoid mobs. In this case, we're going to be traveling down the path. I don't want to have to come back up here every single time it starts to get dark, so we will carry that with us so we can just sleep while we're out. Okay, now for the slightly dangerous part. The pathing is in, the lighting I think is in. Like, we have a trail and I need to go through and make sure it's lit well. So we kind of just got to walk the path when it's dark outside, try to not die in the process. And we can't spawn proof everything, right? I'm not trying to spawn proof the entire forest. Maybe eventually we do that. And I actually have some pretty cool plans to spawn proof like everything in a way that like looks really good. Like, we're gonna hide all of the lighting, and we'll go over like how to do that and stuff when we get to that point. But for now, it's just gonna be torch spam in the areas where we really need it. So I'm just kind of looking for dark spots here in the darkness that are close enough to the path where a mob could very easily wander over and like easily explode me. Basically is what we're looking for. So we're looking for any spots that are too dark, that are relatively close to the path. And I'm even going to light up above my base a little bit too, because mobs can spawn up here and like easily drop down on me. So I think just go. Oh, I thought that was a creeper. It's definitely a flower. So yeah, just kind of lighting up around here too will help keep me safe. That's what we're going for right now, guys. We're going for safety. And I think safety is what we've achieved. I finished, I guess, the beginning phase of the path. As you can see here, we've marked everything with path blocks going through. And what I tried to do with the path was actually keep it very natural looking. It's kind of easy to just carve a straight line through the forest, chop down every tree in your way, and that be it. But that wouldn't really have a natural feel for something like a forest. So instead, what we did here was we curved the path around the easiest way to get through, like you would maybe do in real life. So we curved with the terrain, we curved around the trees that were in the way, we chopped down the ones that we couldn't really curve around, and we lit the path up as we went through. And I tried to place a few torches deep on each side to make sure that as we travel the path, nothing will stop us. We do finally get to the end of the path here, where I feel like a dock of some type, maybe something simple for now, but a dock of some type would be a really good thing to have here as a launch point to more easily travel up and down the shoreline while we're still in the early game trying to get supplies. Okay, path part is done. There was a zombie here when I finished running that little cinematic scene. I have no clue where he came from. Like, I really don't know. So we'll have to continue to make things safe here. I don't need to show every little bit of that. Oh, it's a baby axolotl. Ah, it's multiple babies. How do I? Can I? I don't want you guys to disappear. I think if I feed them this fish. Oh no, they'll only eat buckets of it, I think. Bucket. Okay. Sidetracked. We must find tropical fish. Come here, tropical fish. Okay. I fed him. Wait, babies? I really hope these guys get back up here. Oh no. Axolotls, they are super, look at them, they're so cute. They're super cute. But if they stay out of water too long, they will die. And they will also, like mobs, if you don't interact with them, passive mobs, if you don't interact with them, they will despawn. Oh no, there's a witch in there. I just want tropical fish. Well, I mean, at least we saved a couple of them. I really have no way to interact with these last ones. I just don't. Oh, more. They spawned in. Yes. Okay. Wait, babies? There's a baby? Oh. I think they'll also attack fish. He definitely attacked that one and it died. Okay. I mean, we saved a couple of the babies from despawning. We don't have to worry about them dying necessarily. This is fun. This is cool. I can see already we're gonna have to make this an axolotl paradise of some type in the future. Also, we're almost out of food, which is not good. But what I'm gonna do now that we're finished getting sidetracked is I'm just going to spawn proof this area. I'm gonna try to stay away from mobs. I'm going to go nowhere near that witch. Even when you're like fully geared out, witches are usually a bad idea. They throw poison at you, and that poison will just drain you all the way down to a half heart. That's just what it does. You can be full health, it'll drain you down to a half heart, basically meaning that you just have to run away, hide somewhere until the poison wears off and you regenerate your health. It's super annoying, and if anything hits you along the way, you're probably gonna die. So unfortunately, that's just how it works. Ooh, this place is already spawn proof. Oh, there's a spawner! What? We have a spawner! Ah, we have our first music disc. Pumpkin seeds, we already have that. Oh, dude, this is so cool. This is literally right by our base. And while spawners aren't anything important in like the late game, they're super efficient, or they're super nice to have in the early game. So that's a crazy find. Oh man. All right, well, this episode just got a lot more exciting. We can't do anything with it today, but we will definitely 100% plan something with that spawner very soon. I'm gonna finish lighting this area up until we move on to the next bit, which is making our base more useful. The lush cave is now lit, and I had an idea. This is a lush cave, right? Lush meaning full of life, and especially plant life and such. Well, at first I was thinking we were gonna put our crops and things we were going to plant down that way, but now I think we can have a basic like crop area right inside of here, because we have a decent flat area right here. Now we'll probably do a larger, more expansive crop area and maybe cover crops a little bit more in depth in the future, but like maybe that would be a really good thing for this area. Is this is where we will do all of our crop farming, maybe of almost all the different types of like plants, right? Maybe we'll plant some bamboo in here, plant some sugarcane in here, and really just get a lot going close to our starter base until we eventually move out and have the ability to clear large areas for our main base. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to further flatten some of this area, not all the way flat. I want to keep the like general look of the area, but if we take down some of the imperfections in the cave here, we should be able to get a little bit of land going to get some crops planted and really like producing something useful for us. Okay, let's cover crops in a tiny bit more detail. This little crop area that we've had here, this thing is done. We don't need this anymore because I've laid out a little bit of an area in here. Now, unfortunately, wheat's the only crop that we have at this moment. Well, I guess that's kind of a lie. We have pumpkin seeds as well, but we're not going to grow any pumpkins yet because you can't eat them. There's not really much that we can do with them quite yet. And I've set up a little area here with a water source in the middle. As long as the dirt is on the same like Y level or same plane as the water. 1, 2, 3, 4. Saturation is important because if you plant something in a non-saturated area, well, first of all, this spot right here, this 5th spot, this will just disappear. It won't stay farmland. Now, if we plant something in it, it will stay farmland, but it will not grow since it does not have water. Another thing that we need to make sure we have plenty of too is light. So we could put lights around, or let me get a crafting table here really quick, because there's an even better way for you to add light to farmland in a way that is going to require the least amount of torches and give you the most amount of light. And that is to put a slab in the water. If you put just a slab in the water, whether it be at the top or the bottom, the water is still there, meaning that it will continue to hydrate. But when you put it at the top, you don't have to worry about falling in the water, which can be really annoying, and we don't want to do that. Now, if we want to continue this farmland out further, which I think we have enough space to, we can go out 4 blocks from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the end that we will get the saturation. We can go out 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how far out that farmland will reach. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this new water source will reach out this far in this direction. We could break this block. This is where we want our next water source to go. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4 goes to this one. 1, 2, 3, 4 goes to this one. And now we can fill this area in with dirt as well. And this will get us a lot of farmland, all we're going to need for the beginning part of the game. Now, another tip or trick, I mentioned this earlier, but I want to mention it again, is when we lay down our seeds or our crops, we want to have space between them. Specifically, we want to do them in rows. We are worried about one thing in particular, and that is the crops diagonally touching the same type of crop. So what that means is if I have these grass seeds here and I put one right here, these two are diagonally touching. This cuts the growth rate. I believe it's in half, if not more. I think it's half, meaning that these crops are going to grow a lot slower. So what we want is to have a space between them so they grow faster. Now, this only counts for the exact same crop. So I could put any other crop here, and we will as we find them, whether it be potatoes, carrots, beetroot. Those are your other like regular crop types that you can plant in the grass in this type of a pattern that's efficient. We could put any of those down these rows, and that's fine. We just can't cross diagonally the same type of plant. So what that means for us is, at the very least for now, we have a lot of wheat growing. This will get us a little bit of food because we can craft wheat into bread, or there's something else even more important that we can use wheat for. Okay, I almost have everything together in there, ready for animals to come in, which we'll go over once we get to that point. But I need to show you something else first. I'm making a little spot for the animals here, and I want the spot to be, let's say, green. I don't think the animals should be sitting on dirt, but moss is okay. Rather than getting up all the moss that's here, moving it over, luckily with moss, we have a very easy way to spread it. We could take these bones that we have and we can turn them into bone meal. I'm going to shift click right here. That's going to turn all of my bones into a stack of bone meal. If I bone meal the moss, it spreads. It'll spread on any natural block. If I had put down cobblestone, for example, it would not spread. But since this is all stone here and dirt, it will spread without any kind of a problem. And something like this should do. Let me go ahead and get up all the extra stuff. I'm going to put down some fences, and then we're going to talk about luring some animals in here. Okay, I have the pen made. We're about to go find some animals here. But first, I'm going to show you a little trick. To easily get in and out of these things, a lot of you may think I should add in a gate. Well, if you're going to use it for just a wall of some sort, that's fine. If you're using it for animals, though, a gate's not going to work for you because animals, well, they're dumb. And they like to try to escape anytime you open it up. Maybe that makes them smart. I don't know. They probably know what's coming. But if you have a gate, you're going to either accidentally open it, or when you open it to go in and out, it's going to cause problems. The animals are going to get loose. But you can use carpet on top of here instead. Now, you can craft carpet at a crafting table with only 3 pieces of wool. But we have moss carpet here, which works the same way. So we could put this literally anywhere. I could put this right here, for example, and then jump up and get over it really easily. So this will be a really easy way for me to get in and out whenever I need to. I could put them really anywhere. It doesn't matter where you put them. The cows or pigs or whatever you bring in here, they have no clue that they can get over this, so it doesn't matter for them. Now, unfortunately, right now, there's some animals that are going to be useless to us, or what really one specifically, and that's the pig. Which is a shame because pigs are a really good food source. But there's an even better food source out there that's going to get us more than just food that we can find and bring in. And here we have our first specimen. We have a cow. There's a pig over there too. I can't do anything with him. You can lure them with the food, or foods in the case of the pig, of their choice. Mr. Cow here, he likes wheat. So as long as we're holding wheat, he will follow us. And since we have now tempted him with wheat, he will no longer despawn either, which is great. So all we got to do is move kind of slowly to the destination in which we want to bring him. You see, he follows. He's focused on the wheat. He wants it. And we can lure him into our cave and get him into the fence area. We will just simply break ourselves in, take the wheat back out. Come on, cow. It'll take him a second. There he goes. Because he needs a way to get in. He can't get in without me breaking the fence. and we just trap him in. See, look, he tried to make a run for it. I told you they try to get out. Now that we have one doesn't do us any good, unfortunately. We do need a second. And we have number 2 in tow. And now the fun begins. Come on, little buddy. All right, let's break ourselves back in. Come on. No. Stay. Here we go. Now we got 2 cows in here. And well, you guys, you know how this works, right? When one cow meets another cow and they want to have a baby cow, how does it work? Well, you just give them 2 pieces of wheat, some hearts pop up, and then a baby cow pops out. That's exactly how it works. And then eventually that one grows up and you just keep doing it again and again until you have a whole lot of cows. But you're going to run out of wheat really fast. And I noticed on my way in here that our wheat is growing. So we're going to go. Ooh, looks like our light levels are not good everywhere. That's because I do have a torch there. Okay. Looks like we need to add in a little bit more light around here just to make sure that our crops grow. They do need light to properly grow. And now we will harvest, we will replant, and we have ourselves a food source that will do for now. As you can see, a whole lot of wheat equals a whole lot of cows. And a whole lot of cows equals a whole lot of cooked beef and a whole lot of leather. We have solved our short-term food problem, and leather is going to be useful to us in the pretty near future. But before we end things up here, I wanted to take a little look over at Blue Jay's base. You see, I'm pre-recording this, and he just went to vacation. So he's gone for like 5 days, which means his base is unattended. We should probably make sure his base is taken care of. And here we are, Blue Jay's base, and I believe this is his iron farm. Okay, well, it looks like this is where his iron goes. What kind of supply do you have here, sir? I can't take any of this, nor would I. It's his stuff. But I was thinking, Blue Jay's out right now, and he has this business here operating with, it seems like, a whole bunch of employees working for him, and this not being properly tended to. Iron golems being mass produced and killed, employees running rampant inside of the building. This doesn't seem like a safe place for me to be if I'm going to be part of this world with him in this server. So I feel like we need to have some rules and regulations. Do you see what I mean? We need safety regulation. Who puts a hole here? How am I supposed to get down there? These vines? I guess. Okay. This is his gold farm. This is not safe at all. Well, we can only take care of one infraction at a time, and we're going to be taking care of the iron farm first. This iron farm has been shut down, effective immediately. And as for this hole, well, I don't like this hole, so it's been filled into. And that'll be it for today's episode. But guess what? We will be doing something amazing in the next one. It is time to get some diamonds. I'm going to show you the best, quickest, easiest, fastest way to get yourself diamonds super duper early in your world. So make sure you don't miss it. Bye for now.